Do you have a gorilla? Do you have a gorilla? I want that gorilla. Do you have a gorilla? Do you have a pink gorilla? You do? That's a nice gorilla. So, still not quite awake, but we have not recorded in several days for a few reasons. Molly, hungry? You want some breakfast? Well, mainly one reason. On Friday at 5 o'clock in the morning, the phone rang. And it was Kristen's mother. And she said, there's blood everywhere, we're taking Rudy to the hospital. And I said, go, we'll be right there. So that one of us could take care of their dogs. Kristen went up there and she sent me some video, which I'm not going to include because it's bad. And she said the house looked like a crime scene, and it did. There was blood up the wall, there was blood all over every floor, there was blood on the furniture, there was blood on the dog beds. It looked like someone had been murdered in their house. We didn't, oh, and the water bowl was full of blood. And we didn't know what had happened. So we do have an emergency hospital close by, and he went there, and Rudy was bleeding out of his nose, like a nosebleed, but they couldn't get it to stop. And they did blood work, and it was normal. But they didn't have any... Oh, and they did an ultrasound. Hi, Molly. Hi, Molly. They did an ultrasound of his chest to look for tumors. And they didn't see anything. So they decided that he needed a CAT scan, but they don't have a CAT scan machine at this hospital. So they sent them to a hospital in Burlington, which is about 2 hours, an hour and a half, 2 hours away from here. He went there. So this was, now we're at, when he arrives at that hospital, it's about 11. And he didn't get seen until 1, after 1, almost 2. And when he did get seen, he was in shock because he had lost so much blood. His heart rate was through the roof, and his blood pressure was bottoming out, like so low. And he had spiked a very high fever. So they started him on some fluids. They started him on some fluids because he was already on antibiotics for Lyme. I just spilled coffee all over myself. They couldn't do the CAT scan because to have the CAT scan, he needed to be put under sedation, and he couldn't be sedated because his blood pressure was too low and his heart rate was too high. So they admitted him into the hospital, and Kristen's parents went and got a hotel room so that they could stay close by, and it was just waiting. Later that night, we found out he had an x-ray and he had another ultrasound, and there was still no sign of what was causing the bleeding. And they added antibiotics because his fever was going up. And they were doing labs every 4 hours. So that was Friday. On Saturday, today's Monday. On Saturday, it was more of the same. Labs, fluids, and antibiotics, and his heart rate was coming down very slowly, and his blood pressure was going up very slowly, and his fever was coming down even slower. And he ate, which was good because he takes prednisone every day for a completely different issue. Now, in case you don't remember, Rudy is Molly's litter mate and a full sibling to both Molly and Max. So, and Rudy stayed with us for a good part of the first part of his life for crate training because her parents were still working, so hadn't retired yet. Yesterday was the same. Fluids, antibiotics, and blood work. His blood pressure and heart rate returned to normal, about normal, not completely normal. His fever was down again, but they had to pull back on the IV fluids because I can't remember why, but they just had to. I could look through my text messages. And he was also getting his antibiotics through the IV now. So he stayed again yesterday, and Kristen's parents stayed overnight up there. Kristen has been up at her parents' house since Friday at 5 in the morning, so we've been separated, which is, we miss each other terribly, but at least we have the option. And today, the hope is to do the CAT scan, but they won't know until they run their first morning labs, if they'll be able to do that. And then we'll have to wait and see what time that'll be at. And to do a scope in his nose. The bleeding in his nose stopped Friday, and he hasn't had any bleeding since. But the concern is that he has a tumor in the nasal cavity, or potentially the brain, or that he has leukemia. But I think leukemia has been ruled out because it hasn't shown in his labs. So anyway, that's what we've been doing for the last few days. It's been kind of stressful. And we've been really worried about Rudy. Really worried about him. So hopefully today will be the day that we get some answers, and that they are answers that are good. Hopefully. It's 10 minutes of 11. And I'm making my second cup of coffee today. I just got out of the shower. I heard from Kristen's parents, and Rudy is more stable today and having a CAT scan somewhere between noon and 3. Don't Dewey. That's the best that they could get. Okay, it's 2:30. I'm not in the dark anymore. It's 2:30. Rudy is in for his CAT scan now. I was going to show you what I did over the weekend to try and stay busy. So the first thing I did was I finished this. This is from Frosted Pumpkin. It's called the Fibery Friends. Then I pulled out this. I have the other two also. But this was the one I liked the least, although I like them all. So I figured I'd try on this one first because I had never done anything like it. And I think it came out pretty good. Oops, not upside down. So I pulled these two out, and I'm going to do these two. They didn't take too long. This took about an evening, little more than an evening. Not too bad. I think I'll do the owl next. And then I'll do the hedgehog, because he has the most detail, it looks like. The dogs are outside. I haven't talked to Kristen in a while. I mean, she texted me to say that Rudy was in for a CAT scan. It's a gross day. It's cold. We're between rainstorms. Now we're having an emergency alert. It's not a test. Great. Okay, so the alert went away before he told us what the alert was for, but it's for my county, so I'm gonna have to look that up. But anyway, I started watching, well, this is just the very, very, very beginning of episode 1 of Twin Peaks, because a new one, like The Return, started last night on Showtime, and I recorded it, so I figured I'd give it a shot. You want to come in, baby? You guys want to get cookies? Would you like a cookie? Please don't look at my floor. I need to vacuum. Come on in. I'm hoping that Kristen will be able to come down this evening because I need to go to the store and get some basics. I don't have any cream left. I'm almost out of milk. I have no bread. And I can pick up some stuff for her to have up at her parents' house too. So hopefully this will be the last night they have to stay there and they can figure out what caused the bleeding and the high heart rate and the low blood pressure and the fever, and I don't know. Like I said, it's been a stressful couple days. Because I am not stressful, Mama. I'm not stressful. And you are so handsome, buddy. Say hello, YouTube. So what's the update on Rudy?
You haven't told everybody?
No. They haven't seen you. They've just been talking to me all day.
Oh. No tumors or masses.
Just a really expensive
nosebleed. Literally a $10,000 nosebleed. That's how much his vet bills are.
And hopefully they'll be home tomorrow.
Yeah. And me.
Yep.
You show off for me, Dewey?
Hey guys, it's Tuesday. That's a timer. And it's 12:30. And I just finished cleaning the kitchen. Jerk. Stop doing. Rudy is home. He actually just barely got home, so that's good. And I'm just doing what needs to be done. The big thing I did, this is hard with doing my hands, is I cleaned off the top of the fridge, which always becomes a catch-all for everything. And I started dinner. We're gonna have teriyaki chicken boats. We gotta wash all those because I cleaned out the baking drawer. And the other thing I need to do, wash that part of the floor, is I've cleaned out the fridge. Almost. There's 2 things I see that need to go. Now I need to wash all the shelves because it's pretty gnarly. I need to make a grocery list because, like I said, we have like no food. I used the last of the chicken. We don't have many frozen vegetables left. We have red meat left, so I won't need to get that, but we don't have any cereal, we don't have any milk, I don't have any coffee, and my coffee maker is pretty much on its last leg, so I'm going to order a new coffee maker today too. It's been a day, but Kristen is coming home. Whoop whoop. I'm so excited. I'm so excited to get life back to normal because I've like lost track of days and everything else. Oh, I'll show you the other thing I did. One of our drawers was coming apart at the grooves. It was literally in like 4 pieces, so I glued that back together and then I had to glue this back on, so that's drying. And then I have to fold that laundry, but I didn't want to do it till I fixed the dresser. So that's where I am for today.
Uh-huh. We have a turtle.
And she came running in the
turtle.
We have a turtle. Because we have a turtle.
Yeah,
Turtle.
I have to move it somewhere, I think.
It's a pretty big turtle.
Uh-huh. Do you want to move it?
I'll move it.
You want to move it to the pool?
That's fine. Here, you can record me doing it. Being all butch and stuff.
Or you're not going to just pick...
Nice place for you to live. Oh, isn't that convenient? I was saving you. I wasn't going to hurt you. I touched Kristen. Kristen, I touched a turtle. I think he's happy. I think he'll be happier when we walk away.
I want to make sure he's not going to try to...
To what? Get out?
Try to go into the plastic and get stuck right there.
Oh. I think he'll be okay. Eventually, I think he'll just crawl out and go somewhere else. Hi, turtle. Can we name him Fred? Kristen?
You want to name him Fred?
Yeah, I like the name Fred. Fast Freddy. He was fast, Kristen. I didn't think turtles could move that fast. I'm heading to the grocery store, but first I'm going to check and see if our turtle got out. Nope, he's still there. He's still there. Hi, Mr. Turtle. Gonna have to find out what turtles eat, just in case. Hey guys, it is 4 o'clock. Cleaning up a spill. And I went grocery shopping today, which took forever, but we have food again! And I cleaned my fridge yesterday. And we have food in the freezer too. I have to go through the freezer. We have a lot of food in the freezer. I buy everything in the family pack and then freeze it for us in smaller sizes. So, while I was gone, Kristen went out and checked on the turtle and he was upside down, so she let him go. She brought him over to a wet area and like where there's a little bit of water, and freed Freddy. That's what I called him. Tonight we're going to have leftover teriyaki chicken and rice bowls. Not really bowls, that's just what we call them. And I decided at the last minute, I got some dough going for some rolls because we're gonna eat a little later today because Kristen wants to cut the lawn because it's supposed to rain again. So I've got just about all the groceries put away. I still have to do my potatoes and tomatoes, but I'll do that after I freeze my meat, which all I bought this week was ground beef and some sweet Italian sausage. So I'm making myself a cup of coffee because I am. Survivor finale is on tonight. I'm a Survivor-aholic and it's 3 hours and I don't know if I'll be able to stay awake if I don't have another cup of coffee. So priorities. Priorities. Kristen just went out to mow the lawn. It's 6 o'clock now, so I'm hoping we'll be eating by 7 or so. And then I can upload the vlog. There goes the mower. And relax for the evening. So those are the plans right now. Do you guys want to say hello? You haven't said hello yet today. Say hello, Dewey. Hello. Hello, Maxwell. Hello, Molly, with a dirty rug. So it's Thursday, and we're going to try and get back into the swing of this whole vlogging thing. And here's Kristen. She's working. Mm-hmm. And we have a very important message for one of our viewers. Happy birthday to ya. Happy birthday to ya. Do you have anything to say?
Happy birthday, Amy.
Happy birthday, Ming Mao! So I'm working, and I just looked over the table, and I see this goofball. Look at the smile on her face. You know, you have a bad day, or not a bad day, but just a bad day, and you see something like that, and everything changes. Yeah, you too, Dewey. Up at Kristen's parents' house because Rudy needed to go to the vet just, you know, and after the emergency visit. But so I got, this is Interface Fusible Fleece. That's my new coffee maker. I'm staying with Jasper and Gracie, so if you want to come inside with me, I will let you say hello to them. Close this. we don't have gutters. And that's the gutter draining. It's a rainy day here. Rainy day. There's Jasper. Hi, Jazz. What do we call you? DJ Jazzy Jeff. DJ Jazzy Jeff. DJ Jazzy Jeff. Let's go see Gracie. Gracie Lou. Gracie Lou. Hi, Gracie. Gracie.
You can give him kisses there, Snookums. Just don't hurt him, okay? Oh,
Rudy, what happened to your leg? What happened to your leg? He says, I don't want to talk about it.
My poodle do. Good boy.
And your foot. And Gracie. Oh, you look good. Molly wants to go to Amazon. Sit down. Where do you want to go? Are you telling us you need to go somewhere? Oh my God! She's like... Oh my gosh.
She needs her own box.
What in the world are you doing? Molly, don't eat the box or we have to throw it away. You're jealous?
You'll get a churn.
Molly, don't eat the box. Don't eat the box. How beautiful you look.